Hello campers, today we're going to look at an old chanter, a new chanter, some old reeds which I'm going to adjust and compare them to a new reed. It's an old Henderson chanter, around about 100 years old-ish, it may be a bit older, and it plays more or less in a B flat 440. This is an old chanter, plays about 482 or 44, something like that. It's around 2000, so it's probably nearly 100 years younger than the first one. This is a reed that was made about 1955. This is one of my reeds to try in the chanter. This one, for me, whenever I put reed in it, the bottom hand seems to be unsafe. It moves really easily, and I measured the, this is the modern one, the nail, where the bell comes out there, and the new one is 25 millimeters and the old one is 22 millimeters, so we got quite a difference there in size. I don't know how much difference that makes to stability and volume, etc. What I want to do today, I've got some of these old reeds again that I showed before. Oh, well, that one's not working. Right. It's got a very narrow mouth on it. You can't really see it because of this, all this stuff going on here. No, don't like that. Anyway, it's quite thick in the blades, and I'm just going to take all this yucky unwaxed hemp off and put some nice waxed hemp on. Make it down pretty tight. Now, I just like to do it like this. Yeah, I like to give it a bit of a conical shape, like an upside down cone, because that's more or less what the reed seat in the chanter looks like. So let's just try that again with a bit of hemp on it. I'm still not working. So what do we do now? Probably chuck it in the bin would be a good idea, but I think I can. Let's see if I can resurrect this one. First thing I'm going to do is open that mouth up a bit with a mandrel. I don't know if you'll be able to see this either, but just twisting it there, and it's made the mouth a lot bigger, but it's also brought the side open. You see that? There we are. So I'm just going to close it down a wee bit more again and give it another shot. So I'm closing it down so that gap's disappeared, basically. No, we're getting to a sound of some description rather than just that squeak. It's not a very pleasant sound, but let's see if we can make it a bit better. So I'm just going to grab some sandpaper here. I'm just going to take the blades down a wee bit so they can vibrate more easily. If they vibrate more easily, they won't as likely make that horrible squeaky sound. That's really probably, as a result of this, it's probably going to be a wee bit too long. Right, sound like a dog whistle. So what I'm going to do now is just take the top off of it, make it a wee bit shorter. I had a tooth taken out and it's making me speak a bit weird. There you are. So I'm just going to take a wee bit off the top of this, but no. 16th of an inch or 32nd. That's about a millimetre. Let's give it another shot. It's still not really vibrating the way I'd like it to. Just make it a bit wet. Okay, well it's starting to make it sound a lot better than it was for sure. just gonna pinch it open a wee bit. Now that high G is very, very sharp, so I'm just gonna scrape out this area here, just below the blades in the middle. I'm going to do the same on both sides, obviously. So this should bring the high G down. I'm just scraping at the top there. I know you can't probably see this, but it's just showing what can be done. We can do that other stuff another time. So, you know, we get there again. That high G is still a bit sharp, so I'm just going to repeat that. It's a nice, easy read. Got plenty of sound to it, and right, let's see what the high G's like now. A little bit more hemp. Sometimes it packs down, so rather than just let it float around there, put a little bit more on it. Bearing in mind this is a 70-year-old reed that hasn't been played for decades, I think it's doing remarkably well. Right, see, that fixes it. It's not got a bad Pibroch high G either, so I think I would leave that as it is. The only thing you can do a wee bit is once you've sanded that section down to bring the high G down, is just give the whole thing the whole tips about 1/8 of an inch down, both sides, just thin them out a little bit. You've got to be a little bit careful when you're doing that. One, because you can go straight through it, and that wouldn't be good. And two, you don't make it too easy. But you know, for some people, you can't make it too easy. But others, it's it's just impossible to play. Yeah, it sounds like a duck again. Oh, that didn't work well. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just cut another bit off the top. About the same amount. This is what happens when you thin them down. Often you have to take the length down, otherwise they won't make the right sound. They sound pretty awful. I'll give that a shot. I think the only way we're going to get that high G down is just by making that mouth a wee bit bigger. So I just pinched it open a little bit. It's remarkable that it didn't just split in half, but there you go. I did wet it earlier. Okay, so that's you know, it's a medium. Well, it's probably a soft reed. It's not super soft. And let's have a look at this. The pitch here. I remember how to use this thing. Right. Now this one's going to be really high. This one's going to be in the 480s. Even with that 70-year-old reed. Let's give it a quick check. Yeah, 482, which, you know, it's where a lot of people are these days. If you're going from here to a cold climate, you probably want to be a little bit higher because it'll go down in pitch, you know. I think of swings and roundabouts here, but yeah, that's in the modern chart. Now I've got this one that's, I don't know how old it is. It's got to be over 100 years old, I would imagine, with the old reading. Okay, then that's just north of B flat, sorry, A, 445, which is, you know, if you're going to play with somebody else, you might want to do something like that. Let's try with one of the modern reeds. Oh, I should try the old one. You know what's going to go in the old one, in the new one. Right. Now that's not as quite as low. Oh, it's not balanced either. Let's try another one. So that one's, you know, right off the other end of the scale, that one. Let's see where we are with this one. That one was about 453. And that one's 453 too. I'm running out of options here. Let's look at this one. This is why if somebody wants to read that's that plays in A, either have them send me the chanter or try it in this first to make sure it's at the right pitch, because this is this kind of same kind of piano. Oh, there we go. So, what have we learned today? Not much, except the fact that that reed is quite considerably lower pitched than this one, and I'll do soon quite a bit of difference in length, but mine are pretty short anyway, you know, and that's so the staple may be a little bit longer, I don't know, we will see. I'll take this one apart probably next time. The low A will move about quite a bit on the old chanters. I found it may be just me, I don't know, but anyway, I found something to fix it a bit. This is how it is. See how much that's moving. We can take a bit of tape and go over part of the bell at the end there. See that? Made it much smaller, but it does add stability. So obviously it's not perfect, but nothing is really. But it doesn't. No, I was moving it as much with the pressure there as I was in the first instance of doing that. So I thought that might be of interest to people. I think next time I may, or during the next week, I may take some of those old staples out and have a play around with those, see what the reed comes out like. It will be interesting. Anyway, again, Happy New Year to everybody, and hope to see you next week. Cheers.